So Direwolves bring their jungler down, look for plays. He's a utility player after all, sHAKa. See if he can find those lanes to gank for. While Zorenous gets to sit isolated and have the time of his life on the top lane island against his former teammate in Shinki.
He just gets so he's pushed that wave, and it's on vision too.
Yeah, Meifan's done one camp straight to the red buff. Smite's there. Smite will get him out, but there's going to be a collapse. He has to flash.
Shinki's coming, and sHAKa's already low, down to 40%. What is he going to try and do? Gets locked in place for once, gets knocked back. A delayed flash, make it two as they go across the wall. sHAKa's lived and got first blood before it gets traded back for Meifan. So both junglers were on the board, but sHAKa played that as best he probably could.
Chazz flashed just enough damage. I think sHAKa manages to find lethal, but still in mid. Chazz.
He's in trouble though, and you said how volatile it could be with no flash up and available. Prime real estate for these junglers to gank. The long con here, and looking to try and figure out Blast Cone already burned. Meifan is instantly going to reveal, hey, he's here, guys. Shinki in a rough spot now. What does he do? Contend in this lane as Zorenous is keeping him interested, but now peeling away. Hyperprocs are going to start to come on through, and Shinki's just going to cover a bit of a beating if he doesn't attend to this anytime soon. The fights continue on two separate fronts. Shinki's looking for the kill onto Zorenous. It's a flash for a flash. He gets the kill over his old teammate. That must feel so good after the interview. And now sHAKa has to look to try and find some retribution. But Shinki's just out of range. He doesn't have flash. He doesn't have lethal. He doesn't have it in his grasp.
CS difference between mid laners. Chazz is losing this game to try and help his team get something out of these situations.
Well, we're going to trade out ult in the mid lane, and instantly Decoy flashes into effect, puts the shield up and hopes to try and make a play. Chazz has done that one quite nicely. He flashes with the fadeaway fireball and says you can have your CS lead, but I'll get the kill.
For the money that is attributed to those, knowing the Herald was already gone.
Speaking of those plates, you mentioned before, Praedyth managed to find 2 players. I swear he's found another couple more ever since. That bot lane is looking fairly diminished as the fight breaks out once again around the enemy blue buff. Meifan is the focus, forced to try and run away. He is finding his way to safety as Jayke is also sharing a very similar fate, but sHAKa has overextended himself, locked down with the CC flash Varus, and punished again.
Look, well played by fighto, but I do really wish that they gave that kill to Void. It's right, 11 minutes in the game, Rift Herald to be summoned. fighto dead.
Chazz just made something happen individually. He's going to flash away to safety. Will he be able to get out is the big question. sHAKa comes to try and back him on up. Praedyth is here first. That means they got more damage. Simply put, he finds a shutdown because they removed that fed early game Maokai. Perfect time.
Kanga. I'll get the ward down. 3 members here though.
Chain of Corruption goes out instantly. They've locked 2 members in its grasp, but jump upon them to guarantee that the CC will last a little bit too long. Glacial Fissure goes out, trying to deter Kanga by 4, but Voice is cashed in. An axe from downtown is finally connected, and he's on the score sheet. fighto finds his second of the game, and Chazz is left running the wrong direction. Where on earth are you going? Collapse from both sides. Jayke will soak up a stun, will knock you up with a gained entrance, and Voice will crash you down for back-to-back shutdowns.
So much money.
Still got Varus pushing in a massive wave top. You're winning on 2 separate fronts.
Look
You can have your dragon, but look what we can get instead. fighto on the flank right now. He finds what he needs. The door goes up. Is it enough? Will the wild chains connect? They will! Praedyth locked in place. The KDA is ruined, and the towers are destroyed. 2 in the mid lane in the blink of an eye, and the CC from Kanga is just too much to bear.
Praedyth just decides to defend a dead turret. Jayke, prolific amounts of work. I feel like we've had a pretty good game so far from Decoy. As a whole, right, has found a lot of usefulness in this Braum. Ooh, one bush.
Meifan, it's a jump scare. One shot, good night. Everybody
teleport as well.
Just waiting for the perfect gank, and it works out in their favor. fighto comes straight into life and realizes that
if they're not careful. And Shinki is zoning really nicely. It's already so low.
Jayke,
it's gone.
They're waiting for it. Zorenous on the flank right now. Omega
Zorenous
in, and it's a 4-man stun against the wall. Down goes the Tibbers. They're looking for a more. They need to find a kill. They need to get a reset. And finally, Chazz gets it. That's what sHAKa needed as well. As they remove their fed Varus, Praedyth is now on the scoreboard. As Direwolves managed to find 3, they removed 3 Baron buffs. And now it's Shinki and Voice running for their life, looking to try and preserve the buff they put all their eggs into. And Shinki will die, and it's an 80 carry now and a dream.
And Zorenous says this is what a top lane is. Walk away from the Varus. But speaking of that Varus, with 3 items done, I think Kanga really want to play around the strength of their carries.
So they're going to return the favor to them. In goes Praedyth once again with the
Oh,
blue weapon.
Praedyth.
There is the Gale Falls. There is the flash. He finds one instantly, and he's still so happy to be here and play. He will fall down eventually, but look at the damage. It has already been done. 3 members, sub 20%. Meifan flashing to deny vision.
The flank's
fighto
coming as well.
Dare to clear it out. And Shinki is like, what do we do? In goes the grand entrance. Down goes Chazz for the kill. They rock and roll. They deny it whatever they can
And
from
look at
this Jayke
Zorenous.
looking for the flank. And Zorenous is inside the base backdooring. He wants to end the game. Shinki cannot participate to help his team in the enemy red buff. He has to protect this base before Zorenous ends it all.
They talk about the Praedyth, but see how tough it is for them to even get to the pit.
fighto has to go back to base first. He's the only one with the teleport up and available. Meifan is the one to try and get all that damage towards him. Out goes the Whirling Axe, trying to find the kill if they can. Voice flashing across the pit to take a 1v1 with Praedyth. One bangs him with the Empowered Axe. The Baron definitely helps out with a little bit of resistance shred, but he's going to try and kite to his heart's content. It doesn't matter. He's done his due diligence. A TP will come in. Zorenous has been an absolute menace on the side flank. He says, we've just run circles around them. They're locked inside their back. Triple inhibitors now. They've still got
You know
another minute of
Zorenous
Baron.
wants to go. You know he wants to find an angle here. Has Flash, has Meganar, and the timer is on for when he goes. Expect it with this wave.
Looking for it. It's a one-man ult onto Jayke right there as he misses his ability to try and jump in. Quickness gets denied by the stopwatch. They look to try and turn their attention onto Decoy instead. It doesn't matter. sHAKa comes out and he goes back in to remove the AD carry. Draven a non-factor. Meifan, a very squishy jungler. And 31 minutes in, I will say mid to late game, that is where we shine.
And they just control.